Hello everyone, very good morning students. So the previous class we discussed about errors. So in the errors we are in the last because we are doing the problems related to the percentage errors and as well as maximum possible error how to calculate. That's where in the previous class also we did some problems. Now let we'll see another problem. So this is also very important. That is in an experiment measures a quantities a, b, c and then x is equal to ab square by c cube if percentage errors or in a, b, c are given as plus or minus 1% and plus or minus 3% and plus or minus 2%. That mean your percentage error in a is given as plus or minus 1 and percentage error in B is given as plus or minus 3% and percentage error in C is given as plus or minus 2%. Now he is asking what? Percentage error in X. So there is an X quantity, it is given as to be X is equal to AB square by C cube. Now we have to do the solution. See, already previous class we discussed about this type of problems. So again I am giving the solution for this. X is equal to AB square by C cube. This is the actually given physical quantity, but is asking find a delta x by x into 100 is equal to question mark. Okay, and here in this given data, every time you remember, here it is a very important in the physics. In the given problem, the given data we have to write. First of all, we have to write a given data. So that in this given is delta A by A into 100 is equal to given as plus or minus 1%, and coming to the delta B by B into 100 is equal to plus or minus 3% is given, and delta C by C into 100 is equal to plus or minus 2% given, but is asking delta x by x into 100. See, in the previous class I told you very clear, directly also we can write. See, you take here x is given, no, that you say here, otherwise first of all you write it like this. X is equal to, you take a b square, this c cube is actually denominator is there, no, you take a numerator, it is becomes power minus 3. Directly we can write, see, because not required anything like log application and everything, it is not required, don't require it is. Directly we can take delta a by a plus 2 into delta b by b plus, because it is minus 3. See, when it is comes here, because it is a delta, actually delta in the sense is absolute error, no, 3 delta c by c, the power is comes here like this. That's what it is, right? So this is the actually maximum possible error. Now you write a percentage error, no, then you multiply with 100. Therefore delta x by x into 100 is equal to, here we can take like this, delta a by a into 100 directly plus 2 into delta b by b into 100, and here you write here 3 into delta c by c into 100. So that here we can say like this, delta x by x into 100 is equal to delta a by a is 100 is given as plus or minus 1. You take as a plus or minus 1, and here delta b by b into 100 is given as a 2 into plus or minus 3%, right? And here you don't write these percentages, we will write in the final, right? So that is plus or minus, again you take a plus or minus is, it is a 3 into 2. So that delta x by x into 100 is equal to, see, 1 plus or minus 6 plus or minus 6. So delta x by x into 100 is equal to, which we can say plus or minus 13%. This is the way. See, already in the previous class also, see, we discussed these type of problems, right? So which are very important for the IP examination as well as the NEET and objective, any objective exam like JEE Mains, like MSET, like NEET, for BPC NEET, and for MPC JEE Mains. So these type of problems are very important, as well as in IP also they are asking this type of questions. IP in the sense is, it is a public, intermediate public examination. Okay. Okay, yeah. So let us, this is the one problem related to percentage errors. See, the way we should approach like this. Let us see, I'll tell you another one that is related to significant figure. So this is the significant figure. This is also very, very important for IP, that we can say significant. See, here it is, so we can say significant figure. Significant figures. Sir, what is mean by significant figure? So I'll tell you one thing you remember, significant figure is nothing but it is a most worthy and trust. The number will be most worthy and trust. The value we can call as a significant. Suppose I'll give you one example. See, if there is any without any decimals. Now I am giving without any decimals examples. Suppose if I give a one problem or one a number like this, there is a 5362. This is a worthy number. 5362. Not only 5362, any number you take. The number or must be, it is a trustworthy. Okay, without any uncertainties, we can call as a significant. So that here the significant number is how much? You count the number, all numbers you count, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the significant number is 4. This is the way it is out. That's what you remember. Significant is nothing but it is a trustworthy and without any uncertainties. Clear? That we can call as a significant. So that the significant number, suppose there is a one number, there is a one measurement is given. The measurement is 5362. How many numbers are there? You count simple 1, 2, 3, 4. It is a significant number. So we can say another one you take. Suppose the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 9. It is another measurement. So again you do like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a significant number. See, for any calculation, you are measuring any physical quantity. So in that physical quantity, that number it must be you remember trustworthy as well as that must be uncertainties, that we can call as a significant. So that the significant is nothing but you say all number you count. This is the way we can say uncertain. Here we can say most worthy and trust. We should be remember it is, right? Sir, suppose sometimes he may give you decimals. Suppose sometimes decimals are nothing but here you say 56.32. See, 32. It is also most worthy and trust. So that you again without any decimals. See, with the decimals now you say 1, 2, 3, 4 is a significant. Okay. So like this we have some rules. Some rules are there related to significance. So the first rule I'll tell you, here you remember without any decimals, I mean to say without any non-zeros, the condition will be, here I'll tell you the first one significant. See, all non-zero digits in a given number, all non-zero digit in a given number, this is the first actually, all non-zeros, is there any zeros? No. So you count all numbers. This is the first one, all non-zero digits are, it is a significant. All non-zero digits are we can call as a significant. So that 5362 is the first rule. It is the first rule. And here you go for a second rule. If you see a second rule is to be like this. See, if all zero occurring between, see second rule. This is second rule. All zeros are occurring between the numbers. That we can say 5, 3, 0, 0, 4, 5. Yes. If between the numbers is there, then you count on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is a significant number. First one is you say here it is any without any non-zeros. All non-zero digits are significant. Second rule is nothing but what it is. Here the zeros is occurring between the numbers. If zeros are occurring between the numbers, that we can call as a significant. Suppose sometimes he gives like this also. Second example, see. Here it is a 53 point, you take as a 06008. Sir, what is the significant? See, here without any decimal regard, also you count all numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like it is you say, 7 is the significant. You remember, first one is, in this second rule, first one is, if the zeros are occurring between the two non-zero numbers. so that you count all numbers that we can call as a significant, and you go for a second if the zeros are occurring between the non-zeros, and if any decimal is there, then also you count. This is the second rule for the significant, right? And coming to the third rule, suppose if the number less than 1, if third rule is if the number, see the number is less than 1, that you say less than 1, that is here you say 0.000562. Sir, what is the significant? If less than 1, therefore you leave this all zeros. Okay, जो भी whatever left side the number are there, no, then you leave all these zeros, this you leave all, and you count this number 1 2 3 4 is a significant because it is less than 1. If less than number 1, then you say leave all the zeros and you count it like this. It is the first example. Suppose if I give a second 0.00350223. Sir, what is the significant? Again, it is less than 1 only because 1 less than, no, you leave this all and remain you take 1 2 3 4 5 is the significant. Okay, this is the way. There are some rules to write or obtain the significance. A significant here we can write like this. This is the third rule here. Let us coming to the point is, actually the fourth rule is also same. It is like here it is a fourth rule. You say fourth rule is, suppose if between the zero, I mean to say between the number if zeros are occurring, it is like same 560035 is equal to, what is the significant? Again you take 6 is a significant. That's what it is, a fourth rule we can say. The fourth rule is nothing but all zeros like it is between the decimals will get like this. And here in this second rule I'll give you, suppose 0.005600. Sir, what is the significant? Again it is less than 1, but here after the number there are some zeros are there, so you count this also. This you leave. See, left side you leave, but right side zeros we should count here. So that here 1 2 3 4 is a significant. 1 2 3 4 is the significant. Like this here a significant number we should write. We should write the significant to be like this, significant figures. Suppose here the fifth rule, it is a very important. You remember, sometimes he may give you 10 powers. I'll give you like, say one measurement is given 56 into 10 power minus 3. Sir, what will happen? This 10 power minus 3 is nothing but a, or you say plus 3 also, no problem, whatever it is. Suppose you want to take a plus 3 or a minus 3. Sir, in this what will happen? The significant. You write here significant is nothing but a 2. Significant figure is nothing but a 2. Sir, what about 10 power 3? You remember 10 power 3 is nothing but a, we can call as the order of magnitude. Magnitude here. That is, we can say order of magnitude. But in this case significant is no doubt it is a 2, because 56 into 10 power 3, no, you take another example. Suppose here it is given like this, some 40230 into 10 power 4 is given. Sir, what will happen here? You write a significant again. See, significant figure is 1 2 3 4 5 is the significant. So what is the order of magnitude? Order of magnitude here it is, the given is, we can say it is the 10 power 4, or you say 4 also, no problem. 10 power 4. These are the rules. There are 5 rules are there. So that the significant figure, that is the rules to be like this, obtain a significant figures. Is it okay? Right. So I'll give you an example problem related to this significant figure. It is IPE. See, for very short answers questions, it is very important. That is one problem related on the basis of significant figure. Example, one problem you take. Problem it is. So the given problem I'll give you here. See, write down. The given is, write down the significant figure. significant, write down the number of significant, you write like this, number of significant figure in the following. So there are given, first one is given 0.007, the question it is. Second it is 2.64 into 10 power 24 is given. Third it is 0.2370. Fourth it is 6.320, and fifth it is 6.0325, and sixth is given as it is 0.00006032. So is asking write down the number of significant in the following. It is for 2 marks. Very simple question it is. In IPE, Intermediate Public Examination, this is question. Sir, what will happen? Again, we have to apply the rules. See, it is a second rule, or we can say third rule, it is less than 1. Therefore, leave these zeros and you say significant number is 1. So, in this what happens? This is the actually given 1, 2, 3 is the significant number, and we can also take as a 10 power 24 as the order of magnitude. Order of magnitude it is. Okay, and coming to the here also look at it is less than 1, no? Then 1, 2, 3, 4 is the significant. Here also look at it is greater than 1 because decimal is there. It is 1, 2, 3, 4 is the significant. You take here another one 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the significant, and look at it is also less than 1. Therefore, significant will be 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the way, very easy. The question is very easy in the IPE. They will ask you. Intermediate public examination, as well as these questions are related to some NEET examination point of view, or like JEE Mains and MCET also. These are the questions, very important. Shall I give another question on the basis same? Suppose again is asking significant figure only. First one is given as 60.354 or 355, and second I am giving you take a 0.735, like another one I am giving you take 56432, and you take another one is like it is another number I will give you 63.534. What are the significant numbers? Here you write a significant numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So significant, and you write 1, 2, 3 because it is less than 1, no? Then you take a only 3 is a significant. 1, 2, 3 without any decimals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You write 5. Here also look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because it is greater than 1. So this is the way. Here we should write the significant numbers to be like this. Okay. So you go through this. Right. So this is the related to significant, and here we'll move to next one. I think everyone know about a rounding of numbers. See, there is a rounding of that related to I'll tell you in general rounding of numbers. This is the last one in this chapter, rounding of numbers. See here the process of omitting the number. It is the process of, we can write like this, the process, okay, the process of, we can say like omitting the number, the process of omitting the non-significant, you say non-significant digit, okay, and retaining only retaining only the desired number is called a rounding of numbers. Okay, this is the statement related to rounding of number. Look at once. See, the process of omitting the non-significant digit and retaining only the desired number is called a rounding of number. Okay, it is actually in your 10th class also you have this significant. So I'll give you some example related to significant. Again, once again relate here, the process of omitting the non-significant digit and retaining only the desired number is called as a rounding of number. Suppose I'll give you one number. This is the actually, I think preceding numbers. The preceding is nothing but a previous, and here another one we can say it is another one we can say. I mean to say. So there is a small changes preceding numbers. There is a small changes. So which we can say the rounding of numbers. That we can say. I'll give you one example. Suppose if there is one example problem. See, there is a 6 point example is given like this. 6 point you take 7258. Now we have to round off. So the preceding digit is even. So the preceding digit is even. See, if it is even, no, this is the preceding. So preceding is the digit is even. Therefore, that will be what happens, sir. That immediately dropped. Here it is the number is this remain number is to be dropped because it is the preceding is number even. No, then you say 6.72. It is the rounding. So you remove this. Simple it is because it is the even number. No. If even number, then after the even number you remove all the numbers, that we can call as a rounding of number. Suppose if there is a odd numbers are given, it is related to even number. No, if you take a second example, if odd numbers are given after preceding 6.71, like you take 58, you take. See, the preceding number is odd number is there. So that again it is what happens, here the number, here it is to be, this is to be added 1 and this is to be omitted. It is to be removed. So 6.72 and this will be removed, which we can call as a rounding. If odd number, preceding number is odd number, therefore we can take like this. If preceding number is if even number it is given like this, therefore after even number you remove that and remain you write. This is we can call as a rounding of number. Suppose if preceding number is odd number, therefore after the odd number you leave the number and you add the preceding number is 1. Here you add a 1 for the preceding. 1 for the preceding. In this case it is not required. I'll give you another example. You take like 8.62 or you would say 4, right, and it is 6.3, like number is given. So that here preceding number, after preceding number it is how much is there, here it is actually even number is there, no, therefore for that even number it is dropped. After the even number it is dropped and it is to be retained only 2 numbers. You leave these 2 numbers, you leave this. 8.64 is the answer because it is the even number. Suppose you take another example, odd numbers. Again you take a 9.3 like 7, right, 756 you take. Here you look at here, it is an odd number. For odd number what will happen, you remove this and it is to be added to one number, therefore it is a 9.38 is the answer. It is we can call as a rounding of numbers. So the rounding of number is nothing but the process of omitting and the non-significant digits are retaining only the desired number is called as a rounding of number. It is also 2 marks in IPE examination. IPE it is. IPE point of view. Clear? So they go through this, you may help you it is. So this is the errors related chapter and it is the chapter is over. Right? See, we discussed all the things in this chapter, like errors is over, that is we can say measurements, as well as units and dimension. Dimensional formulas also over. So this is the chapter. Thank you very much and we'll continue in the next class, and the next new chapter I'll start. Thank you very much.